All right, we back, man. Hope y'all having a blessed. What's today? Monday. Hope y'all having a blessed Monday, man. Thanks for rocking with me. I appreciate your comeback. This is Excalibur from Pop the Balloon, episode 39. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all a video, real quick. Let's see what this talking about real quick. BM, what it do,
All
baby?
right, welcome back to BM Talk to Them. So today we actually have an ex-contestant that was on Pop the Balloon or Find Love, episode 39.
Deal breakers. I really don't have no deal breakers.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. Well, let's see why they ended up popping. Let's start here first.
Sure.
He actually found love a little bit different from how other people find love. So I wanted to bring him on the show. His name is
So
Excalibur.
they kind of show like a little snippet of it. Let's just get into let's dive into a little bit of what kind of happened on that show.
Hi. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and bring out our first. Hi. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and bring out our first single guy. Hello.
It ain't that
Welcome
long.
in.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Malik Excalibur.
Okay. Malik, how old are you?
I'm 47.
And what do you do?
I'm a certified master personal trainer.
Okay.
I'm also a host of a podcast called Live from Bedford Stuyvesant. I'm also a published author of The Gift and Broken Wings. And I forgot, I do a lot of things. I wear a lot of hats.
Okay. What are some things you like to do for fun?
I'm spontaneous. Primarily, I like to enjoy my own company.
Okay.
But when I do go out with my lady, we everywhere. We outside. We doing laser tag. We in the park. We can fly. I mean, we doing everything. So
Yeah, that
when
outfit
I'm
was
with my
crazy
woman,
this
it's
episode. I
everything
don't think I
doing.
did a
Okay,
video on
that's
this
good to hear.
on this
Now, what
one.
are some things you do look for in a woman?
Um,
Yeah, this one all
I got me trembling, a little shaky and all. My palms sweaty.
this one all this the episode where the
I like
women
a woman's attitude.
said
I
they
like a
didn't
woman that
have
has
no
a positive
BBL. It
attitude.
was all natural.
And I'm not really too judgmental about that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I accept a person for who she is. And it's a learning process.
Nice.
So I like to learn about the individual I'm going to be with.
Okay.
So I don't walk into no situation where I already have a predetermined idea what I'm looking
From
for.
him
When
saying
I meet,
he from New
see
York,
where
that's
it
why I
goes.
kind of
Now,
get
what are
the
some of
black
your
and
deal
white
breakers?
shoes for him being
Um,
41.
Deal breakers. I really don't have no deal breakers.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh
Hmm?
no. Okay, here first.
Sure.
All right, let's start with your name and age.
My name is Sohair, and I'm 38.
And so, Hair, what do you do?
I'm a nurse.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Everybody has deal breakers. You gotta have some type of boundary, something that
Mm-hmm.
you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Some non-negotiables. Everybody gotta have them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It sounds like something a grown woman would say. Okay. See what she pop
Okay,
up.
so before
He ready to move on.
he said he doesn't have any deal breakers. You had your balloon unpopped. Why so?
I don't want to be the first one to pop.
Oh,
Mm.
so is
Yeah,
he
they
okay?
was like real
No,
petty on
I'm
this
sorry.
episode.
Why not?
I'm kind of tall,
Mhm.
so that
Now Amazon's ruling, man. I got the game on lock.
we are. We
Amazon
are.
is
Everybody
wild.
see Amazon. I got it dominated, so I get.
And you from the city? I don't really do the city.
You don't do the city? What's wrong with the city?
Mm.
I never said I was from the city.
Are you from the city?
I ain't never said that.
Are you?
I'm not answering right now.
Right, you pop your balloon. What does it
I
matter?
appreciate what you said and stuff like that. Yeah, but that's a grown woman. Just that was something a grown woman say. So see what she has to say as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, is she someone that's your type?
Of course, of course. She's black. She's a black woman. Of course.
You can tell he nervous
All right,
too.
let's go on over here. Your name and age.
Hi, I am Justine and I am 51 years old.
And Justine, what do you do?
I am a influencer, YouTuber, and content creator.
I like it. I like it.
She show you
And
how to
why'd
get
you
them
end up popping
Riams
your
ready
balloon?
on YouTube.
Well, I popped the balloon because he said he didn't have no boundary, but also because his pants was a little too tight.
Yeah, I get that sometimes.
Yeah. So, I just think it's just a little bit too tight
Okay.
for more than I, like.
What you like? All right. Now, is Justine someone that's your
Well,
type?
with the pants tight situation, I'm gonna comment on that first of all.
Okay.
My stepfather, when I was growing up, he always moved like a man. His pants used to be kind of tight, but he was tough. Took care of the kids. He had a good job, and he always dressed mature. So
Yeah.
I wanted to get outside of me dressing with my pants baggy because I used to wear my pants, and start wearing it in a more presentable way where it's
Yeah, you
fits
can
me.
tell he nervous.
And
He
I'm
not
very
even
comfortable
really
in my pants.
articulating himself
By the way.
well.
Yeah.
But so yeah, she's definitely my type. Again,
He should
I
have
met my
said
name
when
with
I
her.
was a teenager,
Thank
when I
you.
was
Thank
young,
you.
I used to
All right,
wear
let's go
baggy
over here.
pants. I used to sag my pants a
She
lot.
still has her balloon unpopped. Okay, right over here. Your name and age.
I'm Lene, and I'm 40 years old.
Nice to meet you.
Lene, what do you do?
I'm an author and clinical therapist.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right. Why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Well, initially, very handsome,
Thank you.
well put together. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Something about your aura, I just kind of felt like family, and I'm like, okay, something about him is
Sometimes you get that. I get
reminding
that
me of like a
sometimes,
cousin
too.
or
Yeah.
something. So yes, that was the main reason. But then kind of the lack of deal breaker. So, but other than that,
Okay, now
yes.
I can go with the deal breaker now because I don't always want to jump into explanation because sometimes I feel like some things left unsaid. Everybody has a deal breaker. I just walk into a situation where I don't know you. I'm saying, so I'm getting to learn you. It's a learning process. So I can't base anything on somebody I meet with a deal breaker automatically because I don't know you. That's why I answered like that.
Yeah, that's what I
can
be saying.
understand
That's
it.
all the
And I
time.
Wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Like for me to be out on a date with
In case
somebody
you didn't know,
and they
it's,
on the
for
phone the
teens
whole
and young
time, that's a
girls,
deal breaker.
just
But
young girls
there
that
might
are
be
looking for
some guys
guidance
that'll
or,
deal
just
with
didn't
that. That'd be
necessarily
okay
have
for them.
Mother figure. So,
Nice.
yes, thank you.
Nice. I'm a podcast host. I just did 2 episodes where one was the author. She has something called Being Different is Okay. Her name is Shamika Akiri. You can look her up. And
Okay.
somebody else that I did as well, MP. It's
Okay.
pretty private for him. I don't want to put his business out there, but it was a great book that he wrote. I'll go and get a little bit more sad later on because it was kind of like a personal episode. But
Okay.
you know, I'm an author as well. I have 2 published novels. So that's why I actually
Nice.
No.
nice made you. But
Is
family vibes, like I could,
Yeah.
and I don't mean this. I get what you're saying because sometimes I look at people like they my sister, and that's how I'm feeling the vibe from you right now.
Oh,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
she's not your type. You're getting a sister vibe?
Look at
Is that what you're
red
saying?
dress.
Sister
She ready to
vibe from
pop.
her.
Okay.
Yes.
So she's not your type. Is that what you're trying to say
No,
then?
I mean yes. No, definitely not. It's my sister, no. Of course
Let's go to our last balloon over here. All right, your name and age.
Sharon, 47.
And Sharon, what do you do?
I am a staff accountant and a content creator.
Nice.
Right. So why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Very handsome guy, just didn't feel the attraction.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
very
definitely attracted to
handsome.
you. Like
Really?
definitely.
Thank you.
You got it going on, man. For you said
I
how old?
do. Thank you. 47, yes.
Yeah, great. You have a great.
Damn,
a great speech.
47.
Carry
Looking
yourself
like
very
that.
Elegantly. Definitely
Thank
somebody
you.
that I'll be interested.
Thank
in.
you. Okay. All right.
Definitely.
So what was it when he came out that you're like, oh no, not really?
Very handsome guy, just didn't feel the connection. That's all it is. But you're very attractive, very handsome man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Likewise, I said that, right?
Yes, thank you.
You shining.
All right, let's head on back. So we do have 2 balloons left unpopped. Go ahead and ask these 2 remaining ladies a question to see who's more of your match.
How do you feel about protecting your man?
Okay. Let's start here. Name and age first.
Neek, and I am 40.
And Neek, what do you do?
I'm a professional hype woman.
All right.
She be in the
to go ahead and
club with
answer this
it.
question, how do
You can
protect
find
your
me in the
man? What was
club.
question?
How do you protect your man?
I'm not sure exactly how to answer that question because a man should be the protector. And I wanted to pop a few times ago because I also feel like everybody has a deal breaker, but then you kind of swayed a little bit. So I feel like there is a deal breaker. So
I don't
so
have no
sorry.
deal breakers. No, that's cool. Pop. That's what we're here for. Pop balloons, right? So, with my answer for what you just said, I don't mean for a woman to protect me. I just beat up a dude last month for beating this woman up on the highway. I beat him out the car. I don't play no games when it comes to my woman. I'm deadly. So what I'm saying about protect me is that I get in situations when I'm with women. where
Yeah,
I gotta
they
get
look
out
like
and
they
get busy.
fed up with
So
it.
when I'm with you, like I expect you to protect me too. I protect any woman that know me. they
Look
protect
at
me.
Red Shorty
so
Red.
maybe a better way to phrase the question.
No,
is
Shorty
to
in red, like, oh my
carry
God.
herself so that her man
Nah.
doesn't have to.
I mean,
He's a killer.
Sometimes when I ask questions, because I don't. Sometimes I don't. I ain't put it out there like it should have been put out there. You're right. Sometimes when I put out questions out there, I be like, sometimes I think people going to get what I'm saying, but that's what I meant. I mean, but people that know me know what I meant. But you guys don't know me, so you're gonna say, "What? Protect them?" You know what I'm saying?
Hold on,
But
let me
that's
grab me
what
something to drink,
I mean,
man.
protect me by protecting my freedom. I'm saying that's what I mean by protecting my sanity. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that I don't do nothing stupid. I don't have to do nothing stupid because you're making sure that you're moving responsible and respectful for yourself. Like I'm a respect response to somebody grab your butt. I had it happen before. I'm saying? Like I had to drive the Walmart because my girl had a butt grabbed by some guy. You know what I'm saying? But you got to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you're going to protect your man as well because a lot of men put themselves in danger. Like I was on the highway last year and I beat some guy up because he was beating on this woman in the car. Called
That
another
boy,
car,
that
see
boy
something.
nervous.
But I don't play games with the kind of woman. But again, you have to protect me even as a black man because now what I went to jail for that guy, he could have killed me.
Okay.
That's what I mean by protect the man.
Got it. All right. Now, is she someone that's your type?
He ready to
Of
go.
course, of course. Look at her. She got the Skywalker thing. Was Layla Scott? Yeah, man, got the bun going
A
on.
little Star Wars action.
Zebra thing on. Your
Yes.
shoes is popping. I'm always with the shoes.
Thank
The
you.
toenails is dead. Of course, man. Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we had one more pop balloon over here.
Yeah, but you can see, you can see how nervous dude is, man. You can see dude nervous as hell. He ain't even feel comfortable. But so yeah, that was a little insight of him being on the pop the balloon. He ain't find nobody. He was nervous, just like out of his element, stepping out on faith type of deal.
He's here with his lady. So do you both want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Malik Excalibur, and I'm with the lovely
Serene.
Okay. All right. So welcome, Tarine.
Thank you.
We see that you're both here together now.
That's
I want
for
to
sure.
ask you. Right. Okay. So the first question that I want to ask you, Excalibur, is how was your experience on the show?
My experience on Pop the Balloon was fantastic. My stepsister, who's a police officer in New York, recommended I go on. Then I watched the show previously, and I just was blown away by the visual, by all that swinging that microphone, and I just thought the concept was amazing. The guests were amazing. You, of course, were amazing. I came into the room and spoke to us. First time meeting you guys, many automatically liked y'all, and the platform is just it's just perfect. I'm not going. I really respect the platform. So I had an amazing time on Pop the Balloon.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, so let's get straight into it now. How did you both connect? Who reached out to who? Tell us the whole story.
That would be me. So
Okay.
I watched the show and I saw Malik's episode,
She said that would be me.
and
I reached out.
I reached out to him to let him know how good he did and how he was kind to everyone, and that kind of got my attention. We talked ever since we connected, and we talk every day. Yeah, we
So basically, she hopped in the DMs. It's like, hey man, you did a real good job up there. You did real good. You were respectable.
talk every day for
I liked it.
hours and hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
So he probably was like, well, let's exchange numbers. Let's get to know each other. Because after the show, I'm quite sure a lot of females was, in the DMs since, he didn't match up with nobody.
sometimes one is for like 8 hours.
And this was the one that was probably like, all right, let's see what she talking about. I got a lot on my hip. Let me see what she talking about.
So wait,
Yeah.
where are you actually from?
I'm from Bermuda.
Bermuda.
Okay. So wait, where do you live?
I live in Bermuda.
Bermuda.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
home of the
So
country, man.
okay. So wait, so you both connected in different countries. So you
I
live
know,
in
right?
Bermuda, right?
Yeah. hmm
You reached out to him,
I
but
thought
you're
it was
here.
my
Where are
camera.
you now?
That's their camera.
I'm in New York now.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so let's take it back. Let's take
Man.
it back to when she reached out. Caliber. When she reached out, how did you feel like? What did you say to her? Like, what was going through your mind?
Well, to be honest, Pop the Balloon is a big platform. I had a few ladies contact me. It was a little bit crazy, and so I had to really. One of the things that stuck out to me about Tavernet is that she was all about me from the beginning. She was relentless. She was definitely interested in me, and when I got that interest, I just reciprocated. It was like automatic, and I felt the vibe, and we was talking, and once we started talking, she had my attention, and and everything else was just like, forget it. I was oblivious to anything else after that.
Wow. Wow.
Hmm?
So where is Bermuda? Where is that?
Bermuda Triangle. It's dangerous. Never go out there now.
It's in the middle of the Atlantic.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a whole island.
Beautiful place. Beautiful,
Yeah, whole island
magnificent place.
In
by
the middle of the
itself.
Atlantic.
OMG.
It's beautiful tropical waters.
Wow.
Beautiful
Wow.
women. Mm.
I didn't know it was an
So-
island called Bermuda.
So okay, cool. So you both connected. How did you both meet each other? Like, is this the
Well,
first time you two meeting each other, like, in person?
Heck no. What happened was she was supposed to come down to New York, and we were supposed to go to Kevin Hart's show. That was the arrangement, and we actually went to Kevin Hart's show yesterday at Radio City Music
Okay.
Hall. We had a great time. She was initially coming down with her friends. One of her friends is getting married and stuff like that. And so what happened is that she was so interested in meeting me, and I was so interested in meeting her. I decided to fly out there.
Wow. Okay.
Why not? Yeah, Bermuda. What? Bermuda where? I'm like, I Googled Bermuda. I seen it's one of the richest places in the world. I seen the waters is beautiful. I seen there was no violence, no guns. I said, you know what? I want to go. And so we made it happen before she even came down for the Kevin Hart show. And I flew out to
He like,
Bermuda.
I'm coming now.
One of her friends was at the airport. Lynn was at the airport holding a sign up for me.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Look at
Lynn was
BL.
there. Lynn took me in the car. She drove on the right side of the road. I was on the left side scared. And it was
don't
just,
even drive
it
the
was just,
steering wheel
I
on
mean,
the
I
right
was
side.
so, I love Bermuda, man. That's all I can talk about now. And
That's crazy.
so Lynn dropped me off at her house, and the rest is private.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
I must say, guys, that this is what it's all about.
About. I
Now-
know what you say, yeah.
BL happy. Look, he was BL ready to get that off. This is what it's about. This is kind of astonishing, man. This is like a rare unicorn for somebody to just hop in your DMs and it's like, hey, you did a real good job, and or you'd be like, hey, I'm still single. We can still, chop it up, like, what you on? And
What it's all
like,
about, for sure.
And thank
Now,
you.
I love the fact that you're both intentional, because this is the thing, right? People don't realize that the reason why I put up people's Instagrams.
cause y'all know, fellas know that's listening to this. Ain't no girl jumping in your DM talking about, are you still single? That ain't happening. Especially with him being at 41, ain't no female from our island jumping in your DM talking about, are you still single? That's not happening, bro.
Is because of examples like this. We want people to find love. If you don't find love on the platform, if somebody else
He feel like he failed. BM feel like he failed the mission.
reaches out to you like
BM
this,
take that shit to heart.
this is also finding love. So we are literally happy for people that find love this way. And the fact that you found love in another country, like this is it's
It is
wow.
mind blowing. Yeah, it's
Wow.
mind blowing.
And you actually you said, I'm gonna go out there.
Oh,
You went
yeah,
out
Bermuda.
there.
Yeah. And
But
then I
was you
seen
not?
them.
But I must ask you though, Excalibur, was you not like afraid, or was you not concerned that you're going somewhere that you've never been before?
Yeah, some of my family members thought I would never come back.
Wow.
Yeah, but the thing is that I know how to protect myself, but the thing was that we actually FaceTime each other, which is very important. So,
On Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, we
For
had
the first time.
she invited me to a private dinner, a virtual dinner. She had her food, I had my food. We sat down for about 45 minutes and we spoke with expectations of us seeing each other. And so I felt a lot more comfortable. I felt comfortable regardless. I was going to Bermuda. I don't care if I never came back. I wanted to go to Bermuda. But I seen her. She looked amazing.
Boy, ain't got no fear.
You know, she had a Nicki Minaj body. She's one of the top models of Bermuda. You know, so like she's one of the top models of Bermuda. And so I was like, why not? And I was I'm more afraid of the planes than the people. So the plane had me a little bit scared. The Bermuda Triangle had me a little bit wary as well. Every time, anybody that I told about Bermuda, that I met somebody at Bermuda, they said, what, the Bermuda Triangle? Nobody really knows there's an island out there. And it's magnificent. And we support Bermuda hugely, and it's gonna be a lot of Bermuda going on with me and her.
Wow. So, Terene, how did you feel when he took the initiative to come down and see you?
I was overly excited. I wasn't nervous at all. We talked so much. We talked every day. We don't skip a day. So I wasn't nervous to meet him. Once I met him, it was just on. Like that's it. That's it. It was like inseparable now.
Yeah.
So I must ask, right? Excalibur, what did she do for you to make you feel like she is the one?
First of all, I'm a tough cookie, and I don't fall for ladies like that. I have some nice women in my life. I have to definitely give, homage to the ladies that have been in my life. I'm tough in reference to my emotional aspect. I'm a little bit emotionally unavailable sometimes, but I'm compassionate. I would say the intention, period. Her intention to want to know about me, want to learn about me, and just want to know whatever I got going on, me as a person, not judging me. And, that's what really opened me up, because I've never been this more open to a woman in my life. That's what really opened me up to.
They both got brown eyes. He on the phone like, "Hey, mom, I got one."
To be more comfortable with her, to want to claim her. We have a Instagram together and all that I decided to create, Malika and Terene Excalibur. I feel very comfortable with her. I never felt this comfortable with any other woman. And I would say I have to attest that to just her being authentic about what she wants out of me, and appreciating me, and more so my value. That's what it was, more so seeing my value.
Okay. And Terene, for you, what do you look for in a man?
I look for a man that's honest. I find that Malik is really honest. Like, even if it hurts my feelings.
I'm not brutally honest, but I am honest. Yes.
Faithful. What Malik has given me is not what I've always used to. And a man's never treated me to this level of how he treats me. He leads, and I follow when you do lead. And I just feel like he's a strong masculine man at the same time.
Ooh, I like that. Thank you.
I mean, that's great to hear. That's great to hear, because I have to be honest, guys. Like, it's happy days at the beginning. It's always great. You lot are gonna be, it's all butterflies and great times. But you're gonna have some, times where you're not gonna agree. There's gonna be times when you don't agree with each other. So I must ask you: have you lot had times that you didn't agree, or you had some, arguments or anything like that? Like, have you had those times?
Well, that's it's ironic that you just mentioned that, because this last night I was like, yo, they ain't always gonna be cookies. We're gonna have some sprains. It's gonna be some thunderstorms and all. Right. I said, nope. There ain't gonna be no thunderstorms. None of that. So I'm like, really? Because I'm used to, you're right. In the beginning, everything is like, woo, you know what I mean, fun.
Right.
Getting frisky all the time. You know what I mean? I go out on the dates. They're just getting to learn each other. But I
What'd he
trust.
say? what he what he say?
In the beginning, I
Right.
said, nope, there ain't gonna be no thunderstorms, none of that. So I'm like, really? Because I'm used to, you're right. In the beginning, everything is like, woo, you know what I mean, fun.
Right.
Getting frisky all the time.
Getting what every time? What did he say? What nah, what you? I mean, nah, man. Hold on, hold on. Let me see that.
So I'm like, really? Because I'm used to, you're right. In the beginning, everything is like, woo, you know what I mean, fun.
Right.
Getting frisky all the time.
What do you say? He said, "Yeah, I get pussy all the time, you know." Oh man, you gotta love the internet, boy.
You know what I mean? I go out on the dates. They're just getting to learn each other. But I trust that. I don't think it's gonna be like that with us. I feel very comfortable. One thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say not necessarily, man, because I've been like, well, I've had like a female from another country like me, and they're not. How do you put it? They're not preview to what American girls go through and see through on TV, far as the internet and like the reality shows and like celebrity stuff. So they're kind of like nonchalant. It doesn't really affect them. What I mean is like I've had a female from another country that like me, and when I first met her, when she was like head over heels over for me, she looked like a boy. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me finish. She looked like a boy, right? So eventually getting to know her and talking to her, she was more interested in me than I was interested in her. Like we she just looked like a boy. So I deaded it. I ended it. So I say about a year later, I catch her somewhere else. But when I catch her, she had on like some Nikes, some Reeboks, and I'm looking like, bro, she changing. She used to dress like that because she's been in America for like 2 years now. So boom, 2 years again, I run into her again, and now she has on like a weave. She has like a weave like this on. Mind you, I said she looked like a boy a couple years like earlier. Now she got like this type of hairstyle. She got a dress on, and she's dressed like a woman. I'm talking about. So when I saw, I was like, dang, she bad. Who's? I'm looking. I'm like, oh, that's B. I'm like, what? So that Caribbean lifestyle, most of the times when they come over here, they get sucked into what we're privy to: the Nike, the Gucci, the Reebok, all the name brand stuff. They get sucked into. They start seeing the lifestyles of Americans, and girls start saying, "Girl, you need to wear a wig, or you need to start wearing makeup, and why you don't never have your nails done?" So that starts to take effect on the girl, and now they end up getting sucked into that to the American lifestyle. But I can see why she's never argumentative, or she doesn't have no deal breakers, because their lifestyle, their way of living is totally different from ours. The way they see things on TV is different from how we see things on TV. Our TVs are set up to target us, or to target a certain demographic of people, and their TVs, they're seeing people that's, hey, I seen your commercial. It's the island is so small, it's not a lot of name brand stuff there, so they're not worried about Gucci and Fendi and Nike and I got the Lula Bronze. They're not worried about all that. They're not saturated by like how we are.
About me is I say I feel at peace. And I've always looked for peace with a woman. And I had a life of storm. So and even my relationships was like stormy. And I feel at peace with her. And I don't think, she's not the argumentative kind of woman. She doesn't give me that kind of vibe at all. She's a Bermudian queen. And she just knows what to do and how to do it. She doesn't give me no riff. And we have a riff. Not saying that because she lets me lead, and I let her lead too because I like my woman to be bossy. But I always want her to be able to express herself and be confident and comfortable with coming to me about anything. And so far, it's nothing been. We haven't been secretive about anything. We tell her. It's nothing. If I have something to tell her, I tell her. If she has something to tell me, she tells me, and we move forward from there. But I don't see no kind of real rift between us like that. Honestly, we've been around. I've been to Bermuda. She's been to New York now. We've been out.
You can kind of see even how he's talking. Like it sounds like he's a little nervous because he's being filmed. He knows he's being filmed, but you can see on the show he was stumbling, rumbling, not using the right words. You can see how he feels more comfortable with her. She kind of like puts him at ease.
Out all about, and it's been fantastic. And she said something to me last night. She said we ain't gonna have no issues. I'm not an argumentative kind of woman. I want my man happy, and that's all. I am too. I'm happy. I'm as happy as I've ever been.
That's some real spiel right there. Hold on.
No issues. I'm not trying to have.
That's some real spill. If you ever get with a female and she say, "Hey, we're not gonna ever have no problems," only a female could dead the problem. That's come on now. Only a female can. Well, I mean, guys can bring, but once a female say, "Hey, we're not gonna have no issues," I don't even know. Don't even put that in your head, because if something come up, we talk about it. Boom, that's it. We're not finna argue about it. We're not finna keep talking about it all day. Like, and you, man.
Argumentative kind of woman. I want my man happy, and that's all. I am too. I'm happy. I'm as happy as I've ever been. All due respect to all the women that I've been with, I don't want to disrespect anybody. I don't want nobody to think they wasn't competent enough to know, and I wasn't competent enough. But I'm most happy. I've never been as happy with a woman in my life. I have to be honest, and that's big for me to say for anybody that knows me.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, I must say, right, it does happen when times do get tough. It's always important to remember what was good or what's good about your relationship. It's very important because a lot of people like to focus on the negativity more than the positivity. And more times, you can have 90 great positive times in your relationship, but you might have 10% something small that happens, and people focus on the smallest percentage, and they want the smallest percentage to be 100. They want everything to be positive to be 100%, and that's where you start to fall off. So really do focus on positivity and try to always remember what you like about the person or what that person brings to you. So I'm so happy that this is happening. I'm so happy that you both found love in different countries. Now that you're in New York,
bro, look at that, bro. Like, look. Yeah. If you know, you know. Watch this. Hold on.
I'm so happy.
Now, peep this. BM is talking. Watch these two.
That this is happening. I'm so happy that you both found love in different countries.
See, if you were a female dog, and it don't matter where y'all at, if she looks at you and she's smiling like a genuine smile, bro, she's in love. Yep, and you make her smile. She would cherish that for the rest of her life, man.
Now that you're in New York,
that's big, bro.
How
that's
has it
big.
been?
So New York. I've come here for years. I was always in New York. Like I used to come here maybe twice, 3 times a year. And like from Bermuda, we do travel. New York is really close, closer than Arizona. Um, and
What she say?
that
What
is
she
New
say?
York. Like
What
from
she say?
Bermuda, we do travel. New York is really close, closer than Arizona. Um, and
Oh, closer than
that is
Arizona.
to New York.
I thought she said it was. I thought she said it was funner than Arizona. She said it's closer.
But it's hour and 45 minute plane ride, very fast.
Dang, an hour and 45 minutes. Dang.
Um, so we're planning to go back and forth for now, and I don't mind being here, especially from with Malik, and I
Okay.
would definitely
Look at
move
BM,
for it.
BM
With all of
everywhere.
that, we'll move for it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
we spoke about Jersey and
BM heart finna explode.
Yeah,
Miami, and
somewhere else in America.
yeah. So we got some things stirring up, because again, one thing I can say about this woman is that you could meet women that don't meet you, and I'm not talking about relationships and like relationship wise or intimacy wise. I'm talking about cerebral
I don't
up
know when they
here.
film like this, but
When
it's
a
like
woman can
some
see your
good
vision,
weather in New
you can
York
see
right
her
now.
vision. She can understand, appreciate your creativity. You can understand and also enhance and promote her creativity. Like this woman literally wake up in the middle of the night and just give me ideas of what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. And I never had that before. I've always been like, how I'm going to do it now. This is going to be done. And what I need to do it, how?
Right.
But she's like a step ahead of me.
She's
So
basically she's your support system, and a lot of men miss that in their lives. Like a lot of men
Yeah,
need a support system
yeah, they
because
need that. It's called a rib. Like the Bible says, no man should be lonely. That's why. That's why. God had to make Eve. That's your rib, bro.
like what you said there, right? She's giving you ideas that you didn't think of, right? And sometimes it just pulls off this weight off your shoulders. Like,
Shoulders,
damn, like
yeah.
I've got someone there to help me out. That's there for me.
That's correct.
Kind of like your soulmate. So
Yeah.
it's wonderful to see, guys. This is great. This is great.
This
BM,
was
I didn't expect
finna
this.
explode.
No, I
what it's
didn't
all
expect
about,
this.
right?
I didn't expect it to be in another country because a lot of people, even in the same country, they don't want to do long distance, right? And I keep saying to a lot of people that, look, the person that you want is probably not going to be in the same area as you.
Right.
That's correct.
It's very difficult.
That's probably your story. We don't know about your story yet. That's probably your story. You ain't telling us about your
He
story yet,
came
sir.
from London
I
to
mean,
be with
me and Arlette, we done it. We done it. I was in London. She was here in Arizona, and if it clicked, then it clicked. Like just like you two. If you two click, then that's what it is. You have to follow your heart because
Yeah.
you kind of like you have to sacrifice something, right, for love. Sometimes, like not all the time, but like say for instance, you have to sacrifice where you live,
BM
for
said,
love,
"Oh,
and
she
it
a
works out.
baddie. I'm coming to
Then
you."
it is what it is. If the other person can still work remotely or it doesn't affect their job, it's kind of like why not? Why not give it a go? I know it's hard.
I wonder, do he still do music? Since this pop the balloon has brought so much money and he got the Netflix deal. I'm not. I wonder, do he still do music though?
I'm not saying that you should be able to make a decision now and do it, but sometimes it's like love is a risk sometimes, and if the
That is
risk
correct.
pays off,
Mostly everything in life is a risk, and
right?
one thing I say is that more women don't. She's a risk taker because most women don't take risks on men, and men take risks. This is not one thing about me is I'm not nothing about negative. You don't have nothing nice to say. I believe don't say it at all. But she's a risk taker, and her taking that risk on me is what really I think. Don't you think more women should be?
Yeah, you only live once, right? You only live once. So
Need a what?
And her taking that risk on me is what really, I think. Don't you think more women should be?
yeah, you only live once, right? You only live once. So You have to take chances in life to get what you want or what you need, what's coming to you. You have to take chances.
Preach.
Yeah, but what? Uh, see, which this is cool to say, but the girls here in the States don't have to. Guys flock to the women. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference with, like I was saying, somebody's personality or their way of thinking is different. Yeah, so this is cool and to say out loud, but the women here in America don't need to step out and go after what they need, you know.
And you have to. You really have to.
Why do you think it's hard for people to find love in this generation? Serena, you can speak for the women, and Excalibur, you can speak for the men.
I think that women are looking for too much in a man.
That's not gonna stop. See, this is all good for her to say, but that's yes, you just talking in the air. Because the biggest thing that I see with these shows, and they didn't really pop on him because he was too short, but that would have been the next thing. Because I watch a lot of Pop the Balloons, and if a woman says you're too short, there's not gonna be a time in her life where she's gonna be like, you know what? I like short man now. That's not gonna. That's that's not. Even though short man could provide and be, she might be missing out on love, but she'll take that risk. She'll go 60, 70, whatever, and be like, no, I don't want no short man.
That was looking for this fantasy, and that's not what life is. Life is life. It's not a fantasy world.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I feel like you just
Ain't that something? Ain't that funny? Like you say you don't want a short man. That's like people saying that I don't want to ever be broke. Like, I don't ever want to be broke. I don't like being broke. I don't want to ever be broke. No, you could change that, but there's a lot of people that wish they wasn't broke, man.
just have to get to know people and don't judge before you get to know. And I think that's why a lot of people are single now.
So basically, a lot of women are looking for the perfect man, like 100% perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
And if they're not 100%, then it's a no-go.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
And
all right.
they'll
So basically, just be more open to getting to know
Be
a
more
man.
open, give people chances,
Right.
get to know people. And
Okay.
I think
good.
that
Yeah, she's like a diamond in the rough, bro. You don't come across girls like this.
yeah.
That's good. And what about for you, Excalibur?
I mean, these men out here.
Yeah, she's like a diamond in the rough, bro. I was going into I ain't gonna say. Well, I guess I would share. Man, I was going into church the Sunday before last. I couldn't even get the young female to hold the door before me. She let the door close on me. I was like, Jesus Christ. All right.
Here nowadays, man. I mean, first of all, you gotta be masculine. You can't be soft when you're dealing with a woman. This is a very independent, very successful professional woman that I'm dating right here.
Model.
She's no slouch. She's well known in Bermuda, and probably a lot of other areas. I still like her a lot as I learn about her. I think men needs to be open to a woman's power, and hone and tone, and tune in with that and help shape it. And I think we can be more powerful together instead of criticizing women, having something negative to say about women. Women want you to pay for this, a woman wants you to pay for that. That's just for both areas, stuff like that. So I think men need to just man up and stop complaining. Stop complaining about women in general. Just start dating and start being more open, and start being so critical of these women out here, and then you
Oh, hold on. He's on the defense now. I ain't finna, because I've been talking too much. I let him rock.
will find a woman like this. And I have to be honest. I've dated a lot of great women. There's a lot of great women out there. You know what I'm saying? Some relationships don't go the way you intend them to, but I've met a lot of great women, and she's the greatest by far. But I was always non-critical and more open to seeing my woman grow than anything else.
Yeah, men are willing to accept different certain or different flaws, whereas women won't deal with certain stuff. Like you can have a lady that be like, dirty fingernails. You can have one and be like, I don't talk. I wouldn't talk to him because he got dirty fingernails. You be like, bro, they got soap and water. They soap and water that'll clean the fingernails. And they be like, nah, 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 nah. You be like,
Because that's what I want to see. Everybody's talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce and Rihanna and what's the guy name, and ASAP Rocky. Everybody want to be that, right? If you want to be that, you definitely have to be open to communicating and learning the person before coming in. And I said this on a dating show with prejudgments and these deal breakers, and are you automatically going with X's, X's,
Yeah.
X's, and you don't go in with optimism. So yeah, I would say more men. Men I need to be more optimistic. That's it.
well, he's on the defense for man now. Now that he got a woman. We know what's going on. We need to be more optimistic.
Yeah.
Man, get out
And
of
to
here.
add on to that as well, I do like what you said there. I think that a lot of men as well need to understand
He
that
got him. My man.
we need females.
Yeah,
We need our women. So
that's right.
respect women.
Our woman's strong.
Respect women. Stop all this about saying bad things all the time and so on and so on. Like, let's get back to reality right now, right? Because a lot of men will never allow any other man to disrespect their mothers.
That's
So
correct.
why do you disrespect women?
That's right. I feel the
Because the
same
same
way.
women that you're disrespecting, they could also be mothers, and some of them they'll be future mothers. You understand?
Exactly.
So, have respect for women, and once you find the one that you want, she's your queen. You feel me? And the same for women as well. Women respect men. Respect men, because a lot of women seem to think that men ain't nothing. Men are trash. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
All man cheat. That's the thing now. I don't know who brought that up. I don't know, Charlemagne. All man cheat. Yeah, there's some stigmatisms out there that because you're a man, it sticks to you because somebody said it, or that's just what black women gonna roll with it because they heard other people say it.
The same men you're calling, the same stuff you say about.
Hold on real quick. I know I'm ranting, man, but I had this female not too long ago because I'm out the game. I don't even try to talk to women no more. But I asked this female something. What did I say? I forgot what I said, but then her rebuttal was, she was like, "Y'all ain't shit." I forgot what the conversation was. This was a little while. This was a while back. But her rebuttal was, "Y'all niggas ain't shit." After she said that, because like I said, once women have their mind up, I'm not here to change it, and that's not my job. That's not my purpose. But just for her to say that, I was like, all right, which way's the door? Yeah, she was like, y'all niggas ain't shit. I was like,
These men, these are the men that you want. So respect them.
got
If
it.
we all work together, because there's this kind of war going on,
Holla at you.
men versus women, and it's like, come on, let's stop all that.
Well, Martin, you say
Yeah,
holla.
stop all that. Let's get on with it. You know, we have generations to build. We need to build stuff for our
Exactly.
families in
Oh
the
my
future.
God.
Like,
Yeah.
let's get on with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what my focus is, and that's what her focus is. And everybody that I talk to, all the individuals I talk to that are in relationships and stuff like that, that got wives and families, we on a different plane. We on a different path, and we want to see black communities do better. And this is she's my start towards that direction. And us bashing each other is not helping us at all. It's terrible.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So yeah, so I feel blessed. Um hugely, favored, by a wonderful woman. And yeah, so and that's what I want to say too. The respect part, what you just said a moment ago, the respect part is really huge. The respect on both parties. You know,
Right.
I was in relationships where, there's a lot, women come in with a lot of damage, from, I'm a repairer. I mean, people say, well, you a simp. And people like to use the word simp. I never felt like a simp in my life.
I hope you don't like go moving forward. Keep bringing up. I hope you don't do that to her. Bringing up previous situations of women and keeps dumping it on her. Like, I hope you don't keep doing this.
I feel like it's a man's duty to heal a woman, especially if you're with her. You always believe that you always leave something better than you found it. I mean, so if you leave a situation,
Absolutely.
try to leave it better. Don't come in and leave it worse. What are you here for if you're not going to improve anything? And so yeah, so I think that the respect woman, like you said, we respect our mothers, respect black women.
Women, period.
Right, women, period. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, guys. So, have you shown her around New York?
You
you don't need
damn
to,
right.
She said she's been here. She's been here, a few times.
Yeah.
But you know, you went to the comedy
Yeah,
show
Kevin
Yeah.
Hart,
that you
Kevin
said?
Hart last night. Yeah, Kevin Hart. Yeah, that guy. Kevin Hart. Yeah, we
Yeah.
went to
You had a
Red
good
City
time over
before
there. Was
last,
it good?
It was good, yeah.
Okay,
and then we
that's
went to
good.
And the date was good too.
that restaurant. We had some delicious food, and
Okay.
Erica. I really want to say that restaurant again. I can't remember, man. We went to a nice restaurant last night, and our girlfriend was here
We were
too.
with friends
Yeah,
as
our
well.
girlfriend was here too.
They left today.
Yeah, and we're gonna have some more fun.
Yeah.
But Bermuda, Bermuda is beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
You guys have got to come.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No,
You see
yeah,
the
for sure.
whales
All right.
down
Well, I
there.
mean, I'm gonna
Damn,
keep tabs on
shit.
you both. I mean, this story is
Okay.
an outstanding story to
For sure.
highlight, and this is exactly the example that I
No
want people
cap.
to take from
Mhm.
me putting up their Instagrams up on the screen. So you
And
can
we
find
thank
love
you. We
outside
thank
the show.
you. I want to thank you personally. I came on the show. I was never expecting, it's a few situations that happened on the show outside of the show that was potential, but I didn't expect to really connect it, and especially nobody in Bermuda. And it's all due to pop. You're pretty popular out here, by the way. So people like,
Very
wasn't that the
popular.
guy Pop the Balloon?
Yeah.
This you went right now. So
Everybody watches Pop the Balloon.
yeah, you see, you have an audience.
Even in Bermuda, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow,
so you're pretty popular out there. So I have to thank
That's
you
what's up.
for bringing not just her, any kind of woman that I've met so far because of Pop the Balloon. I hope everybody else feels the same way. Like I said, it's all about you know black excellence. Excellence in general. I don't want to be too.
Exactly.
I don't play the color game. Just everybody finding their match and making the world a better place to be in, and that's what our intentions are.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I like that word, excellence.
Mhm.
Excellence. So
Mhm.
it's all about all of us being excellent and trying to be the most excellent that we can in everything that we do. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's what it's about, trying to be
If
the
we can
best
get there,
that
boy,
we can
we
be.
all need each other.
That's
I
right.
need
The only
y'all.
way, that's why I like my show to be an excellent product. I
It's
like people
really
to
good,
see
brother.
excellent on the
Yeah,
screen.
it's really
So
good.
I'm happy that this is going the way it's going. I'm gonna keep tabs on you both, and
We
please,
appreciate that.
I will put up your Instagram. You said that you have an Instagram together, so I'll put it up on the
Yeah,
screen right now.
Malik and Terrane Excalibur. So it's
Okay.
finer things
Fun of things with
with the
Excalibur.
Excaliburs. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
They got an
All right.
Instagram channel
Well, no,
now.
this was great to see you guys. We will definitely catch up with you later on and see how it's all going. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will catch you all next time.
All right, y'all. Yeah, that was just a little update on Excalibur situation, man. That was cool, man. He found love. I bet he left the show like, man, I'm holding, man. But somebody, this lady, this young lady right here, reached out to him, put in something in the DMs, like, hey, I think you did good. I want to get to know you better. This is cool because this, like I said, this usually doesn't happen, man. But I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I know y'all got stuff to do, people to see, and I got more videos on the way. Appreciate you rocking with me. Love you.